Retirement is something that everyone looks forward to at one point in their career. It is that time when you're taking a break or finally getting that long overdue rest after your years of service. During the years before retirement, you're probably wondering, do I have enough money to retire? Or how much do I need to retire? Well, it's not like there's a particular figure that you need to focus on because most of what you'll save will mostly depend on your income. But what's good is that there are certain ways to know if you have enough money and some other things you need to consider when determining how much money you'll need for retirement. In today's video, we'll take a look at all those things and more that will help you as part of your retirement plan. Stay tuned! If you're new to the channel, well, this is Lavish Luxury. And if you've not already taken the action, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And let's get you going with some of the best luxury and finance content you can think of. Now, let's head back to what we have for you today. Now, the first question you'd want to ask is, how much do you need to retire? While you look towards answering this, you should know that your income is very important. The point of your retirement savings is not to live beyond your means or even your current lifestyle. One main thing when it comes to retirement savings is that you're planning so that you're able to afford the kind of lifestyle you're currently living based on your current income. So if you're wondering how much you need, it surely has to be around the amount that should sustain your lifestyle over time. In this regard, there's a common rule known as the 4% rule, which experts and many financial planners believe is a useful strategy. The 4% rule puts into consideration the first 30 years after your retirement, and it doesn't usually cover beyond that. However, the plan is that you have a sufficient 30 years where you don't go broke. Now, how do you calculate the 4%, or what does it even mean? Well, the 4% rule is a common rule in retirement planning, which states that you can comfortably withdraw 4% of your savings in the first year of your retirement, and then adjust the amount for inflation for every other subsequent year without the risk of running out of money for at least 30 years. The 4% rule helps you plan towards that duration, and one easy formula that can be used about calculating how much you need is by dividing your desired annual retirement income by 4%. Let's say you want to have a desired retirement income of $100,000. This means that you'll have to save up to $2.5 million to be able to afford that kind of income for 30 years. You should, however, note that the rule doesn't put into consideration other additional means of retirement income, like Social Security. And it also assumes that you want to continue living the same lifestyle as you're living before your retirement. This means there's no room to spend beyond the 4% in your first year, as it could affect your whole nest egg over the years. It also means no room for luxury spending, and you just have to live with that desired annual retirement income for the time being. Yeah, the 4% rule might be a little restrictive, but the truth is, it helps you have a planned way of spending and makes for a good retirement plan. However, if this doesn't suit you, you might want to up your savings to accommodate larger spending and even more years. With that sealed, another question you'd want to ask is, how much should I save for retirement each year? Again, this question depends on your income, and it is from there that you'll calculate how much you can save. One of the very common plans for this is to incorporate a savings plan where you save 15% of your annual salary for your retirement. And this should start ideally from your 20s and should span through your entire years of working. With this strategy, it is believed that by the age of 30, you should have saved your exact amount in salary for your retirement. At the age of 40, you would have doubled it, and at 50, you would have tripled it. It goes up until your retirement when it is believed that you would have saved up to 10 times your salary. Another pretty great strategy would be saving 25% of your gross salary, which also saves you close to 10 times your current salary for your retirement. While this might seem like something easy, you should note that your ability to save all through your years of work would be very important to achieve this, and cases like life events or even job loss could affect your plan along the way. However, it can be a good thing sometimes to take risks that allow you to earn more with your investments, mostly when you're young. It is believed at that point you'd still have years ahead of you, and you'd eventually be able to recover the losses in the retirement account. Now, let's go into the next question which you probably now have on your mind. Do I have enough money to retire? We'll surely not start off this one by telling you your income depends on it, but there are a couple of factors that can help you to determine this and also plan accordingly for your retirement. One of these factors is asking the question of, how long will you live? Unfortunately, no one will ever be able to answer that question, but it usually is a factor to consider for your retirement planning and would in fact let you know if you've got enough money to retire. Let's take a look at the 4% rule again. Remember we said it mainly helps you create a plan that works for at least 30 years? Well, yeah, it does. The 4% rule expects you to still have around 30 years in front of you. And this potentially puts a flaw into the rule, especially if you live beyond those 30 years in the plan. In such a case, there would be a problem of outliving your money and then looking for support in your old age. Like I said, you'll never know this, but to be on the safe side, you can adjust your plan for a longer time. And in case anything happens, money can be transferred to your heirs. Another factor is the unplanned costs that would likely come up during your retirement. You just never know what you might need, or how much or how things would eventually be in the future. So it is usually advised that you plan for these costs by adding some extra money to your nest egg. You might want a luxurious vacation with your family, or to plan for a big birthday party, or it could even be medical expenses. All these things come up and, like it or not, you'd have to account for them, because it would surely hurt your retirement income over time. To get ahead of that, you can leave some extra room in your budget and probably add a few more thousands of dollars so you won't be disrupting any plans you might already have for your retirement income. To add to these already mentioned factors, you'll also need to put into consideration the taxes you've still got to pay. Even in retirement, you'll still have these bills to pay, and during the planning, you should make sure you add all these things up and make them a part of your budget. You can make a calculation regarding this or do an estimation, and also add the space to whatever you have planned. You don't want these kind of deductions to make a dent, even if not substantial, to your retirement income. This is just another thing that you need to get ahead of. Also, you should know that you won't be saving any longer, so whatever you're currently saving is part of your money when you retire and not part of money you'd budget to spend. When you hit retirement, you simply stop saving, and at that point, you start withdrawing your money. With all that said, you should also put Social Security in mind. It is believed that Social Security will be an even bigger portion of your income than you'd even imagine. So there's also that chunk of income coming from that end. Retirement usually means different things to different people. However, planning would be the major thing that lets you enjoy it well enough. Now ask yourself again, do you have enough money to retire? Kindly respond in the comments section, and don't forget to like the video, and also subscribe to the channel, as well as turn on the notification bell button. See you in the next video.